Welcome to Strategic Management Unlocked, where we move from analysis to practical execution for sustainable growth. Over the next sections, we'll walk through a repeatable framework that links mission to measurable value, covers industry and resource analysis, and shows how to align organization, culture, and capital to capture advantage and long-term returns. This slide links mission and vision to value creation and explains the practical how-to of strategy. It shows how choices about where to play, how to win, and which capabilities to build feed prioritized resource allocation, customer outcomes, and economic returns, ultimately delivering sustainable stakeholder value and guiding everyday decisions across the organization. Here we introduce two core diagnostic lenses, Pestel for macro forces and Porter's 5 forces for in-industry dynamics. The visual summarizes political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal drivers, while the 5 forces map competitive intensity, supplier and buyer power, substitutes, and new entrants, helping you judge industry attractiveness and investment priorities. This page focuses on VRIO and benchmarking to turn resource insight into action. The VRIO framework helps assess which assets are valuable, rare, hard to imitate, and well-organized, while benchmarking highlights gaps on cost, quality, and speed versus rivals. Together, they expose where to invest in capabilities to protect advantage and close performance gaps. This comparison contrasts Porter's classic choices with blue ocean thinking. The Porter Matrix emphasizes cost leadership, differentiation, or niche focus, and warns against the profit-diluting middle, while the blue ocean side shows how value innovation can create uncontested markets by simultaneously reducing costs and raising uniqueness to unlock new growth. Ansoff's matrix helps balance ambition and risk across 4 routes: increase share in current markets, develop new products, expand into new markets, or diversify into new areas. The slide frames each option's risk-return profile and reminds executives to weigh core competence, transferability, market maturity, and capital availability when choosing manageable expansion paths. The balanced scorecard translates vision into measurable action across 4 perspectives: financial, customer, internal processes, and learning and growth. This slide outlines how strategic objectives become KPIs, how KPI targets and ownership support deployment, and why line-of-sight alignment from daily decisions to strategy is essential for sustainable strategic outcomes. This slide shows how strategy drives resource allocation across budget, talent, and technology, using a portfolio matrix to prioritize initiatives. Strategic bets sit in high attractiveness, high strength zones, while reviews happen quarterly to fund winners, reallocate resources, and secure scarce investments, ultimately aiming to convert prioritized funding into sustained competitive advantage and financial return. Organizational design is presented as a strategic lever, comparing functional, divisional, matrix, and network models for efficiency, focus, integration, and agility. The diagram also highlights redesign elements like decision rights and reporting lines, and execution enablers, such as removing barriers and accelerating information flow to empower the front line and enable successful strategy execution. Cultural transformation is shown as a process that reshapes behavior, institutionalizes new mindsets, and reinforces strategic priorities. The slide emphasizes leadership modeling, incentive realignment, training and performance metrics, and how these elements combine into a sustainable growth cycle that aligns values, systems, and practices with the organization's strategic goals. This slide outlines a responsive surveillance system that compares forecasted assumptions and implementation plans with actual results. Continuous monitoring and variance analysis trigger dashboards and corrective actions, pivoting the value proposition, reallocating budgets, or acquiring capabilities, so the organization stays aligned with market realities and can respond quickly to emerging deviations. The final page presents strategy as a continuous learning loop. Synthesize inputs and external scans, refresh SWOT, refine strategy, execute transformation, and build dynamic capabilities. The cyclical model explains how ongoing review and capability development help exploit emerging opportunities, sustain relevance, and outperform episodic cycles through iterative improvement and strategic refinement.